Okay, hey. So I wanted to make a video of some strategy for how to build your Young Living business, specifically using the new policy that you are able to add a second account to your household. I feel like this can be very confusing, and it takes a full understanding of the compensation plan and there's a lot of intricacies to fully understand how to utilize that account to sort of rocket you to ranking up. So these have been my experiences. I kind of researched the heck out of it, so I thought I would just share with you guys. I was on a call this past week where I shared some of my strategies, and I didn't really dig deep into these, so I thought I would just kind of map them out for you. So just a little background. So I joined Young Living, I want to say back in May, but I didn't do anything with it until August. So on August 1st, you could enroll your spouse, and I didn't really know what I was doing, but I just decided, what the heck, I'll enroll him. So if you consider the fact that you make $50 on an enrollment, and the way that's broken down is you make a $25 starter kit bonus, and then you make 25% of their PV for the first 3 months. It's called the Fast Start bonus. So 25% of 100, which is how much the starter kit is $25, obviously. So that's how we get to the number $50 for the starter kit, because that confused me too, because I heard people saying you make $50 selling a starter kit, and then when I went and looked, it was like, no, it says 25, so this is confusing. So anyway, if you consider that the starter kit is $160, but you're going to make $50 back on it, it's $110. So I spend $110 without my husband's permission on the daily. That's just me. That's just my personal experience. And I am the type of person that likes to do things and then beg for forgiveness rather than asking permission. Because I feel like if I asked for permission to enroll him in something that he had no idea about, he was just gonna be like, no, not interested. But I figured I would enroll him, the checks would be coming in, they'd be in his name, and then we'd figure it out from, like, I figured I had at least until March or April when we were gonna do our taxes to figure it out. So that's where we are. He does know now that he is enrolled under me. He has nothing to do with it. He's never been on Young Living website. He has nothing to do with it. I manage everything. So with that said, if you do the math, it's $110 to enroll your spouse. And what that does for you is it leverages your ability to grow quickly. Because if you think about it, in order to hit that first exciting rank, which is executive, you need a total volume of 4,000, and you need 2 legs, each at 1,000. So without a spouse enrollment, you need to have 2 people underneath you that you know are going to spend at least 100 PV a month and are committed to the lifestyle, and even better, want to be a builder. Now, when you're first starting out and you're not even sure what you're doing or how to go about this, it's really hard to figure out who those 2 people can be. So if you can enroll a spouse and make them one of those people, then that's half the battle. So for me, that's what I did. So I enrolled my husband on August 1st. And then to be honest, I had no idea what I was doing. And then I kind of rolled with it. So then they came out with, I want to say the same month, they came out with YL Go and YL Go Plus. This is another thing you can totally leverage with the 2 spouse accounts. So I'm going to talk about that in the strategy too. So basically, how to best utilize the resources that you're given and the tools that you're given. But doing that, you have to understand the compensation plan. So we're going to start there. So one of the questions that I have been getting is, okay, cool, I'm enrolling my spouse, and then I'm gonna have everyone sign up through them so that I'll make the $50 on them because it's on my spouse's account, but then I'll also make the commission on them. And to that I say, not worth it. So let me break it down for you. We'll talk about the commission and how it all works. So when you first enroll someone, no matter who it is or how deep you are into the business, 5 years from now, I enroll someone, I make 25% on everything they spend for the first 3 months after their enrollment. And then after that, it drops off to the 8%. So then so you earn, typically if you think of the structure, so this is me, you enroll your spouse. So you're making 8% on your level ones, and then your spouse enrolls people, call it Jane, and then you are making 5%, can you see that, on whatever Jane spends. However, when your spouse is making that fast start bonus of 25% of everything that Jane is spending in those first 3 months, you are not making your 5%. You're making 2.5%. So Jane bought a starter kit and it's 100 PV. 2.5% is $2.50 minus the taxes. So is it really worth it for you to enroll people all the way over here and have no control over them for, let's call it $2? I'm gonna say absolutely not. So here's the strategy. Jane, plain Jane, you're gonna come under me. So say Jane is a friend, she's gonna like the oils. You've no idea how committed she is. Is she gonna buy more next month? She didn't initially enroll in Essential Rewards. You're just not sure what Jane's gonna do. And basically remember, you need 2 legs. Initially, your first goal is to get 2 legs over here, each with 1,000 OGV in each of these legs. So if you enroll Jane over here, she cannot be one of your legs. So all of a sudden Jane's a rock star and she's enrolling every, her sister, her mom, her neighbor, whatever. And you're like, shoot, my spouse has a leg, but I'm stuck. I'm still searching for my second leg. Don't do it. It happened to me. And I can tell you from experience, you want the control. So, and understanding that it's not 5% in the first 3 months, and you'll most likely end up stacking Jane over here anyway, but you want to be able to have 30 days to see what Jane's going to do. So that brings me to stacking. So the whole strategy between having your account and your spouse's account is you need to build out legs under your own account, right? So your spouse is one of them, and then eventually to hit executive, you need 2 legs. To hit silver, you need 2 legs. And then to hit gold, you're gonna need a 3rd leg. So my strategy has been to get my legs established here before I start trying to get Adam to silver. Adam's my spouse to silver, because I don't wanna stack a super builder under him, because you want to build out this first account. So basically both of these people are me, right? So I want me at the top to have the strongest account. And then once I get myself to gold, platinum, whatever, then where I feel like I have enough established legs that I feel confident in, that are with enough builders underneath them, then I'm gonna start growing Adam's account. Now, right now, because I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning, and I enrolled probably 8 people under Adam in that first month. I was trying to get Help 5, which is a whole nother thing that we're not going to talk about right now. But anyway, so I was giving out Adam's number because I thought that was the right thing to do. I didn't really ask around. It was not strategically not the right thing to do. So Adam has my best builder, Zoe, is under Adam. Now, she's helping me because it's helped me to grow Adam's leg with very little effort on my part to get to over that 4,000 mark that I needed to hit silver. But to be honest, it would have been so much more helpful for me if I had enrolled Zoe under myself and kept her on my front line. Because that brings me to stacking. A lot of the strategy in building your business is where you place people. So within Young Living, you have 30 days from when the person has enrolled to then place them under someone else in your organization. And the strategy behind this is to be able to build out your legs. So I'm just going to put this sheet away and I'm going to actually write out kind of what went on with my legs. So here is me. So then I have Adam, and then so then under Adam, I have Zoe, and then I also have a whole bunch of other people. Zoe is starting to build, and this person is starting to build, and this person is starting to build. So I have a lot of strength under Adam. So what I had over here were all these people who had bought starter kits and no one had expressed any interest in doing the business. So what I had to do to get myself to silver was I had to pick someone, and her name is Christy. So Christy was showing me month upon month that she was a lifestyle client or customer. She was spending 300 PV a month. She has 4 kids, 3 in diapers. She was buying the wipes. She was buying the detergent, the dishwashing detergent. She was a lifestyle client. She was switching and ditching her products. And while she's buried in babies and not necessarily thinking about building a business, I decided to reach out to Christy and say, listen, I need help. I need to build you out as a leg for my business. You do not need to do anything right now other than spend $100 a month. Can you do that? Are you interested? And are you interested in getting a paycheck in the mail for just using the products? She was like, hell yes. So anyway, but I needed to be able to pick someone that I felt confident in wasn't going to just kind of decide, I don't like this anymore. I don't want to do this, or I'm just not going to, I'm back to Target and going to buy my products there. So I knew that Christy was going to do that. But I need to grow. So what I ended up doing was then to get Christy up over the 4,000 mark that she needed to get. This leg needed to be at 4K and Adam needed to be at 4K in order to get me to silver, right? So I needed 10,000 OGV overall, 10,000 overall, and 2 legs at 4,000. So what I needed to do, because I had all these people, so this month, well, not this month, October, I personally enrolled 16 people. So I had, the list went down, 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 down. So what I ended up doing was you have 30 days to stack the people. You email resolutions@youngliving.com and you say, can you please place the following people, these people, and move them to Christy as their sponsor. And you put in their member numbers, you put in Christy's member number, and then they will stack these people under Christy to get her to 4K to get me to silver. Because I had the 10,000, but the issue was I didn't have the 4,000 here. So if I had enrolled everyone thinking I want to make that extra money, extra commission, and enrolled them all under Adam, there's no way that I would be able to get to silver or even executive, because you need 1,000 each per leg to get to executive with 4,000 OGV overall. So my advice is keep control of your people. Enroll them under you. You have 30 days to communicate with them, to message them, ask them how they're liking their products. You send them a welcome packet. You check in with them. You are on social media and you're posting your favorite oils and your favorite blends. And as I always say, oil FOMO is a real thing. If you got your starter pack and you fell in love with the lavender and the peppermint and the lemon, you better believe if someone's posting about Harmony and saying how amazing this blend is, you're going to have extreme FOMO. And you're going to go online and you are going to put FOMO in your cart. Not FOMO, put Harmony in your cart. So you're going to keep track of these people for 30 days or say 20, even 25 days, and see how they're reacting. What's their activity like? Did they sign up for Essential Rewards? Do they look like they are going to develop into lifestyle kind of customers? Have they asked you how to generate the link so that they can share Young Living with others? So then you can strategically, based on how they react in that first 30 days, then you can figure out how to place them to build out your legs. So right now, I'm working on Adam's leg. I got Zoe, she's my builder in here. I have a couple other builders who are enrolling people. This leg is taken off. And the greatest part about it is basically this is me and this is me. And if I hadn't done it randomly the way it ended up, and Zoe, a total stranger to me before this whole experience, ended up over here and like totally on it and willing to build, I would have had to pick someone from this long list and place them under Adam to help me build out this leg. So it worked out for me that Zoe, God put Zoe in this leg because knew that I wasn't capable of making that decision on my own, or I didn't know what I had to do. But if I had kept control of all my people and not had them randomly sign up under my spouse account, I would have been able to watch the reaction, figure out what kind of a customer they're going to be. Are they going to be a builder? Are they going to be a starter kit and done, kind of like too busy, don't have time to figure this out kind of person? And then I can strategically build my organization. So, will you stack people under other people because you think that they're going to buy a couple orders or buy a couple oils every month, and you're like, they're probably not going to build, they're too busy, they work 2 jobs or whatever, and then all of a sudden they explode and you're like, oh, I wish I kept them on my front line? Yeah, that'll happen. And then will you keep people on your front line who you think like they're going to be amazing in this business? Oh my God, they're going to crush it. This is so for them. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it. And then they never buy another oil again. Yep, that's going to happen too. So basically, you're going to take some risks, but you're going to watch the behavior and make some decisions strategically based on the behavior. So then, strategically, next up, we're going to talk about the Fast Start bonus and maximizing the Fast Start bonus. So the Fast Start is, like I said, you make 25% for each person you enroll for the first 3 months. However, there is something, and I didn't know this, so just keep it in mind. It maxes out at 800 PV, which is the equivalent of $200. But so if you figure 25% of 800 is $200. So over those 3 months, you max out that 25% bonus at 800 PV. So when you are growing your spouse account, and the strategy there is, obviously, if you're earning 25% back on your second account, you want to place the majority, you want to keep your $100 PV for you so that you maintain your ability to collect commissions. but you want to place the majority of your orders under your spouse account, keeping in mind that it does max out at 800 PV and then it just drops back to the regular 8%. So you're still winning if you're ordering under them rather than under yourself, but just know that when, like I say, invest back in the business. And the best way to do this is through your spouse account with that 25% fast start bonus, but understand that it maxes out at 800 PV. So what I did was in the first 3 months that my husband that we had that fast start, I say we, like he even knows this, but whatever, that I had the fast start bonus on his account, I stocked up. I knew that I was gonna have to start running promotions for my team. So I bought some diffusers. I bought all the oils. Literally, like if there was an oil that someone else had talked about, I bought it because I figured at 25% back or 25% in commissions, basically it was 25% off of all the other discounts that you're already getting. So it was totally worth it. So that is the strategy there. So, and then once you're through that fast start bonus, you're still making 8% on anything that your second account purchases. So you just keep in consideration that you want to order the majority of your order, keep $100 on your own or 100 PV on your own, and then put the rest on your spouse account. So then that leads me to the question of, okay, what do we do about YL Go versus YL Go Plus? How do you figure that out? So what I've done is I did on my spouse account, because I'm ordering the majority of the things on my spouse account, I got YL Go Plus on the spouse account. So I can do quick orders. I can do like my ER. And so with the YL Go Plus, basically you get twice the amount of shipping for an incremental, I want to say it's, I forget, I don't have the numbers in front of me because my Wi-Fi is down. But if you run the math, the YL Go Plus is so worth it. Do you need it on both accounts? Depends upon how spontaneous of a shopper you are and, like me, how forgetful you are. But I think if you have it on your spouse account, that's great. And then do the regular YL Go on your own account, which gives you the 12 months of ER, free shipping, like Amazon Prime, we'll call it free shipping, plus one extra order. So one quick order. So then you have your ER covered for that $59 or whatever it is of YL Go. And then you have the ability to order throughout the month. If you forget something or you need to buy a gift for someone or whatever, you have the flexibility on the account where the products are cheaper because you're making back commission on it. So the YL Go Plus on your spouse account and the YL Go on your own account. And I guess I'm trying to think of anything else in terms of strategy, but the biggest keys for building out both accounts are get yourself situated with strong legs to begin with. So your spouse is one strong leg, and you need to really have, I'd say, 4 solid legs before you start stacking under your spouse to try to get them to rank up, if that makes sense. Okay, the last thing I'm going to talk about is the Rising Star bonus. Okay, so what is the Rising Star? So the Rising Star is a bonus strategy that Young Living has put in place to help new people build out their organization in a way that's going to benefit them in the long run. It's basically strategically set up to help you build out your legs, and they reward you for building out your legs in a very methodical fashion. So for the Rising Star bonus, in order to earn 1 share, which is basically equivalent to $50, it varies month to month, but let's call it $50. You need to have 3 legs. I'm so bad at writing like this. But so 3 legs at 300 each. And I can't write backwards. So 3 legs at 300 each equals 1 share. Okay? So when you're first getting started, this is how you want to structure. You want to get, the only way you can get that extra $50 in your check in that month is to have 3 legs, each at $300. Okay? So once you have that and you've earned your $50, then there are 2 more levels to the Rising Star. So this is helping you build up essentially to silver. And you're only eligible for the Rising Star bonus for star, senior star, and executive. Once you hit silver, you cannot qualify for the Rising Star anymore. Basically, the whole strategy of Rising Star is getting you to silver in a very strategic manner. So I spent a lot of time analyzing my Rising Star and figuring out how to stack based on getting this bonus. I think it's so beneficial to understand how it works and to build your business based on this model. Okay, so you're starting off, you've enrolled a bunch of people, and then either you have a builder and they've enrolled 2 other people, or you've stacked a couple people and you have 3 legs at $300 each, and you've gotten 1 share, which is $50. So the next level of Rising Star, so you still have your 3 legs at $300, and say the next month you've added more builders, you've added more starter kits, and you have more people on your team and whatever. So the next level of Rising Star bonus is you have another 2 legs at $500 each. And that you actually get 2 shares. So you get 1 share for this and 2 shares for that. And so the 2 shares is equal, they're $50 each. That's equal to another 100. So if you have 3 legs at $300 each and 2 legs at $500 each, you are getting another $150 in your commission check. The last level of Rising Star, and you have to build it as such. You cannot start from the top down, which was a trap that I fell in this past month when I was trying to figure this whole thing out. The last level is then you have 2 legs at $1,000 each. And then for reaching this, 3 at $300, 2 at $500, 1 each at $1,000, you get 3 shares, which is the equivalent of $150, because if they're $50 each. So essentially, if you add it up and you qualify for every single piece of the Rising Star, that's an additional $300 in your paycheck. So this is something to keep your eye on. I think there is a lot to be said for sitting down at your computer, looking at your organization, and kind of mapping out who to stack where and how to build out your legs so you can maximize this Rising Star bonus. Because let's face it, $300 in your paycheck is a lot. Like, I mean, I'm not turning down $300 for anything, right? So, it's confusing. It's not that complicated, but it takes some thought and probably some discussing it through with someone else who's already been through it. I did not figure this all out on my own. I called Brittany and Jonathan, and I also had a call with Marissa to try to strategize how the heck I was going to build out my organization. We talked through different people in my downline and figured, okay, if I put this person here and that person there, and this is how I'm gonna get to this big triangle, right? So, those are the things to focus on. It's a lot, but so basically, learn the compensation. I say study it. You really got to understand it. A couple of ways, and I'll put this in the notes below, in the comments below. One of the first things I did was I got Sarah Harnish's game plan book on Audible. I do not have time to read. My kids are older, but I have a lot going on, and honestly, I am a multitasker. So I got the game plan book on Audible, and as I was driving around for about 4 or 5 days, I listened, and when I was at the gym on the step mill and doing my cardio, I listened to Sarah Harnish talk about how she built out her business. She maps out all of these different strategies and all of these different levels. There was no spouse account when she wrote this book, so that is not in there. But the Rising Star bonus and the Fast Start bonus and all that stuff is in there. For me, I needed to hear it over and over and over again for it to finally sink in. So, Sarah Harnish game plan. Get it on Audible, listen to it. I put my headphones in bed when my husband's asleep next to me, like on a work night. And I just got through it. And I took notes, and sometimes I was driving around. I'd have to rewind it because I'd hear something that I knew I needed to like document or whatever. Totally worth it. The second thing I did, which was super beneficial, was I got the Oh My Oils compensation plan videos. I will link up the site below. It is a Royal Crown Diamond who has mapped out the commission structure and the compensation plan, and she does it all on a whiteboard, and I found that super beneficial. And so I kind of listened to all the videos in succession, and then as I've been hitting each rank, I've gone back and rewatched the video for the rank that I have just hit. For example, I just hit silver, and the compensation plan changes a lot. Like, it goes into all different generation bonuses and things like that, which are pretty hard to wrap your head around if you've never heard these words before. So I recommend you getting the Oh My Oils compensation plan videos. They are free. You put them in your cart and you check out, even though the price is $0, and then she emails you a link to the videos with a username and passcode. Super helpful. Where the other, I feel like I had something else. I guess those would be the biggest ones in terms of really understanding how to structure your business early on. I cannot stress enough learning this stuff. I'm one to like dive in head first. I don't dip my toe in the water. Like, I dive in head first. And thankfully, relatively early on, people had recommended these tools to me. Quite honestly, I wish I had listened to Game Plan back in July before I even like signed my husband up or looked at the compensation plan, whatever, before I even got rolling, because that would have been super helpful. And I don't think I would have made some of the mistakes that I made. And those have self-corrected, and it's all fine. In the end of the day, you're going to make some mistakes. You're going to do some stacking that you're going to wish you hadn't done, just purely based on lack of knowledge, but everything will work out. And all you have to do is keep plugging along. But for me, I felt like I was able to pour in so much hard work because I understood what the end goal was. So it's really hard to like work towards a goal of like, I want to enroll people, I want to enroll people, I want to enroll people. But like, really, what's the end goal? The end goal is you're building an organization that is yours. It's your corporation. You're going to run it the way you want to run it. But there are guidelines and, structure set in place to get you to that next level. And you have to understand how the business is structured and what you're going to need to do to get yourself to that next level. And I think a really key part to all of this is understanding compensation plan, understanding even just like the intricacies of Rising Star and Fast Start and all that stuff. Get familiar with how it all works, and then you'll be able to make educated decisions based on your knowledge. And also remember, everyone in your upline has been through this before you. Some people, different people have different experiences. Not everyone in my upline has a spouse account and is managing the two, which is why I felt like it was really important for me to make this video, because I feel like this is something that I've put a lot of effort into understanding. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys, and I am sweating bullets. I should have taken my sweater off. But anyway, have a good day. And if you have any questions whatsoever, definitely message me. Thanks. Bye.